What is up, Nuggets fans? I am back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping the Nuggets 109-99 loss to the San Antonio Spurs at home last night. We are now 18-24 in the season, 6 games below 500, and this was our 4th straight loss in a row. You like the effort for the most part by the Nuggets in this game, but we made way too many mistakes against a good team at home, and we just really didn't play all that well. The effort was there, but the execution definitely wasn't. One of the good things the Nuggets did here in this game, we dominated this game in the paint offensively. We outscored the Spurs 56-32 in the paint. I thought our big guys, Kenneth Faried, Jusuf Nurkic, those guys did a great job of staying around the rim and scoring around the rim in the painted area. We did get a lot of high percentage shots here in this game. You forced 16 turnovers defensively, you like that, but you only scored 13 points off of the Spurs turnovers. We didn't do a good job of capitalizing on their mistakes. We shot 47% from the field. You love that. That's a very high percentage. The Nuggets obviously have been struggling the past couple games shooting the ball and scoring in the paint, and we did a much better job of that here against the Spurs. Again, you outscored them in the paint by 24. Did a good job attacking the painted area in the first half, getting those high percentage shots. Nurkic, Faried scoring there at the rim in the painted area, and again, you'd like seeing us shoot a high percentage from the field. We had 12 fast break points. We did a good job at scoring in transition, especially in the first quarter. Offensively, we had a really good tempo going that kind of lacked the rest of the game, but you still like the fact that we were able to score 12 points in transition and again start the game off well with a good tempo there in the first quarter. And you finished with 26 assists. Ty Lawson and Jameer Nelson combined for 14 of those 26 assists, but both those guys particularly did a great job of passing the ball and getting some guys going offensively. But as a team, we really didn't pass the ball all that well here against the Spurs. And Faried was phenomenal for the Nuggets here in this game. He finished with his 11th double-double of the season here against the Spurs. He had 26 points and 14 rebounds here in this game. He was 9-17 from the field and 8-12 from the free throw line. He had 9 defensive rebounds in this game and 5 offensive rebounds. He was pretty much the only guy that was a presence for us on the offensive glass. And even though he scored 26 points, he did miss a lot of shots in this game. He had 8 misses here in this game. Again, shot 9-17 from the field. He missed a lot of point-blank shots at the rim and in the painted area. A couple bunnies here in this game that you would have liked to see him finish easily. Could have finished with 36 points here in this game. But still, he did play well, finishing with the 26 points and 14 boards. He was 3 of 4 from the free throw line in the first quarter. You like seeing that. He had a big dunk in transition from a pass from Aflalo in that first quarter, and had a monstrous dunk there in the second quarter, pretty much almost from the free throw line. Just dunked it down right through, I think it was Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, just leaped all the way, pretty, like I said, almost from the free throw line. Huge dunk there in the second quarter by Kenneth Faried, and 8 of his 26 points came in that fourth quarter. I did a beautiful job of scoring in that fourth quarter. Had a finger roll, had a nice hook off the glass over Tim Duncan, nice left-handed finish as well, and was 2 of 2 from the free throw line in that quarter. And all in all, I thought Kenneth Faried, like I said, was pretty solid. Defensively, he could have been better. Again, he could have been more efficient scoring. He did have 17 shot attempts. That's quite a bit of shot attempts for Kenneth Faried, but still I thought he was pretty effective. And Jusuf Nurkic was pretty solid in this game as well. He finished with 10 points and 9 rebounds. He was 5 of 9 from the field. Not the most efficient scoring night for Nurkic. Again, 10 points on 9 shots. You would like to see him finish a little more around the rim, like Kenneth Faried missed a lot of point-blank shots here in this game, but he still did score pretty well. And again, I thought he rebounded the ball pretty well in this game. Was a defensive presence for us there in that second quarter. I had 2 nice tip-ins in this game. He had 6 points in the in that second quarter, 2 big dunks, had a nice finger roll in the lane, and a beautiful pass to J.J. Hickson for a dunk. I thought he played pretty well. Nurkic has had a few tough games here during this losing streak. Of course, in the game against Dallas, he struggled mightily against Tyson Chandler. He hasn't been playing all that well recently. He's been in foul trouble, but he's a rookie. He's 20 years old. You need him to develop as a player, go through those growing pains, and then come out here against the Spurs and, like I say, have a solid game against a very skilled team and a very skilled front court. Obviously, against a legendary player in Tim Duncan, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Not a bad night for Nurkic. And looking at some of the bad things we did here in this game, you got to start with our perimeter defense here. The Spurs shot 41% from the three-point line here against us in this game. They had 11 three-pointers in total here that they made against us. That's just way too many to give up against this team. This is arguably the best three-point shooting team in the NBA. To allow them to shoot over 40% from the three-point line and hit, again, 11 threes in total. Not many teams are going to beat the Spurs when you allow them to do that. They had 4 threes there in that second quarter, and they had 4 threes in the fourth quarter. They did a good job of really kind of putting us away there and pulling away in the fourth quarter by knocking down some big threes. They went went on an 11-2 run to start the fourth quarter because they hit 3 threes. Kawhi Leonard had 2 of those threes. We just did a poor job in this game defensively of getting lost on switches. We didn't communicate that well defensively, and we didn't do a good job of chasing the Spurs off the three-point line after the first quarter. I thought we did a great job in the first quarter, really closing out well and forcing them to dribble and, again, chasing them off that three-point line. But after that first quarter, they just kind of lit it up, and we gave them a bunch of open looks, and they took advantage of it. And our weak side defense as well, once again, really killed us. Our weak side defense over the past few games has been pretty horrid. It's been pretty bad this season in general. And in this game, it was just very lazy, our weak side defense, and guys that were playing on the weak side just looked like they were kind of lost. Again, they weren't aware or alert at all. But we got out-rebounded in this game by the Spurs, 44-42. You hate seeing that. The Spurs did a good job of not only controlling the tempo of this game, but also controlling the glass, which allowed them to control the tempo. In this game, Kenneth Faried and Jusuf Nurkic combined for 23 of our 42 rebounds. We didn't do a good job of rebounding as a team. Both those guys did a pretty good job of rebounding the ball, but besides them, like I said, as a team, didn't do a good job of rebounding the ball here against the Spurs. And the Spurs had 14 offensive rebounds. They did a great job of creating second chance possessions, second chance opportunities here in this game, capitalizing on those second chance possessions by scoring second chance points. And again, in that second quarter, in the fourth quarter, they just really kind of dominated the offensive glass. We really got destroyed there. And you can't give a great team, again, like the Spurs, the defending champs, great shooting team, that many second chances, 14 offensive rebounds. Not a good job of boxing out on the defensive glass. Shot only 69% from the free throw line. You hate seeing that. We were 20-29 overall. That's 9 points you're leaving on the floor. You can't do that and expect to beat a team like the Spurs. And Wilson Chandler and Aflalo in particular were pretty bad from the free throw line in this game. They combined to shoot 7-11 from the free throw line. You can't have those two guys miss 4 free throws and, again, expect to win. We had 23 fouls defensively. We fouled way too much in this game. Gave the Spurs 27 free throw attempts. Can't do that. Fouled a lot there in that second and third quarter. And we fouled, in particular, Aaron Baines a lot here in this game for the Spurs. And he's a really good free throw shooter. He made us paid. He was 9-9 from the free throw line here in this game and 6-6 from the free throw line in that third quarter. Our bench didn't play all that well as well here against the Spurs. Our bench was outscored by the Spurs second unit, 46-27. That's way too big of a margin. Our second unit was really ineffective. Again, Aaron Baines was kind of the main guy that killed us off the bench. He had 15 points off the bench. 8 of his 15 points came in that third quarter. Again, shoots 9-9 from the free throw line. He was kind of out-hustling our bigs throughout this game. And then you look at J.J. Hickson, Jameer Nelson, and Randy Foye off the bench for us, shoot a combined 8 of 22 from the field here in this game and 1 of 5 from the three-point line. Those guys got to shoot a higher percentage and got to be more productive. Our second unit definitely got dominated here in this game. We had 16 turnovers. 7 of those 16 turnovers came in the first quarter. You hate seeing that. And a lot of the turnovers we had in this game were unforced turnovers, here against the Spurs. We lost control of the ball a lot here in this game. Jameer Nelson kind of got wild with the ball. Ty Lawson as well. He had some really poor passes to Jusuf Nurkic, like throwing him at his knees. I mean, just kind of careless passing by the Nuggets. And again, we just had a lot of unforced turnovers. You hate seeing that. And again, the Spurs kind of put us away in that fourth quarter. They started the quarter on an 11-2 run. Kawhi Leonard hit a couple big threes for them. And then they proceeded to go on a 20-10 extended run there in the fourth quarter to pretty much put us away. We just played really poorly offensively in the fourth quarter. Too much standing around, not enough ball movement offensively, too much one-on-one offense by the Nuggets. Weren't playing as a team offensively. And then again, you're not finishing that well in the paint. You finished with 56 points in the paint, but still in this game, you missed a lot of point-blank shots and a lot of easy bunnies there at the rim, especially in that fourth quarter. Tony Parker and Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs definitely were the two guys that killed us the most here in this game. Those two guys in this game combined for 35 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists. They shot a combined 14-29 from the field and 4-7 from the three-point line. Kawhi Leonard killed us all game, especially on the defensive glass. He was phenomenal in not allowing our big guys to create second chance possessions for us offensively. He had 12 defensive rebounds here in this game. And again, he had 2 huge threes there at the beginning of the fourth quarter to really kind of open the floodgates for the Spurs. And then Tony Parker was also clutch in the fourth quarter. He had 9 of his 18 points there in the fourth quarter. Had a beautiful left-handed layup where he just blew by Ty Lawson, hit a huge 3 for them, and then did a great job utilizing the pick and roll to get open jump shots. Our big guys did a horrible job helping on the pick and roll. And Ty Lawson was just really non-existent for the Nuggets here in this game, especially offensively. He only finished with 4 points to go along with 8 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals. He shot 2 of 6 from the field, and 0 of 1 from the three-point line. There's no reason Ty Lawson should only be having 6 shot attempts. I think Aaron Aflalo and Wilson Chandler in this game combined to take 22 shots. Kenneth Faried had 17 shots. Yusuf Nurkic had 9 shots. I mean, Ty Lawson has got to take over more offensively. He's got to get more shots. He's got to be more aggressive. He was very, very conservative in this game. Didn't look to attack the rim. And the Spurs defensively did a great job of really kind of cutting off the lane, and he had no idea what to do. He's got to go to that mid-range game more. He can't pick up his dribble so much, and Patty Mills really kind of bothered him here in this game. He only had 4 points. Again, we're not going to beat many teams when Ty Lawson only has 4 points and only takes 6 shots. So Ty's got to attack more. He's got to be more aggressive. So nonetheless, a very tough loss for the Nuggets at home again to the San Antonio Spurs. They beat us 109-99. We are now 18-24 in the season and have lost 4 straight games. We get back at it on Friday against Boston at home. Hopefully we can right the ship, but the Nuggets are really kind of going through a tough stretch. And the Nuggets, this game and this kind of losing streak is kind of indicative of how our season's gone. Every time we win, 5-6 games in a row, we lose like the next 6 or 7 in a row. Every time we go on a long win streak, we go on a long losing streak, and that's kind of happened here again for us. So good win for the Spurs, tough loss for the Nuggets. Hopefully we can bounce back against the Celtics on Friday.